Hey, it's Bird Morgan Radio. Today we're talking about the trailer that ruled the world. Da da da. Yeah, that and more. Yeah, I'm gonna feed my addiction. And YouTuber of the week. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Let's get to it. Brought to you by the Bird Morgan. Hi, the Bird Movie Guy, and today on BMG Radio, I am talking about some news. I got some feeding my addiction, and but first off, let's just get to it. The trailer that is ruling the world. Da da da! You gotta say that every time. And of course, what movie trailer I am talking about is Hail Caesar by the Coen brothers. Okay, yeah, it's Star Wars, but we'll get to that shortly. Okay, let's talk about Hail Caesar first. My buddy Tyler mentioned that he wanted me to talk about this, so if you haven't seen it, I'm going to post a link for the trailer right here. And there is a new movie coming out by the Coen brothers. Coen brothers from, let's see, Fargo, Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men. You know, they've done a few awesome movies. They're coming out with a new movie called Hail Caesar, and it's kind of set in Hollywood heyday, where there's this huge movie they're making, the studio's making, and this main star gets kidnapped, and it's all about the shenanigans and trying to get him back, and all the other co-stars and all the other talent from the production lot, and it looks really good. The cast is insane. You got Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, Jonah Hill, Tilda Swinton, Ralph Fiennes, whatever. R. Fiennes, we'll say that. He's fine. And a bunch of other people. Frances McDormand's in there too. It's just, and it's a Coen Brothers movie. Now, it's a time period movie. I'm not a big fan of that time period. Everything was a little too, I don't know, just annoying. But the movie itself looks incredible. And the trailer is just really fun and just draws you in and makes you want to see that movie. Assuming you like talented, well-made movies. This is going to be a big movie for the Coen brothers. The cast looks great. I'm hoping it's awesome. And yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. There's the trailer. And let me know what you think about Hail Caesar. Next, of course, we're getting to Star Wars. Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Now, if you followed me on Twitter or follow me on Facebook or any of that stuff, you may realize that I am not stoked for this like other people are stoked for this. Now, saying that, before anyone's like, you suck, I really want to see the movie. And if you don't know me super well, you may want to know that I was once the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. Okay, I wasn't the biggest. I'm sure there's a guy out there who's bigger. But I had my very first tattoo I got was from Star Wars, which I don't have anymore because I was so pissed off I covered it up from the prequels. I love Star Wars. I grew up with Star Wars. I love Star Wars. And the prequels, I hate them. And it just soured me. And then all the changes that George Lucas made to his originals just got me. So when they said new Star Wars movies and Disney bought Lucas for $4 billion gazillion, it was just like, oh, they're going to make new Star Wars movies? But no, I am excited about this one. J.J. Abrams looks great. He knows how to make a good movie in space. This looks pretty awesome. Now let's talk about the trailer. The trailer's pretty cool, but my main problem with it is it didn't do anything for me to make me want to see the movie more than I already did. Maybe I've reached my limit of the Force Awakenness. I don't know, Force Awakens. Yeah, I guess Ness. I don't know. It's like, I want to see the movie. I'm excited for the movie. Movie looks great. I don't need to care. Like, I don't need to know anything more about the movie. Saying all that, it is a good trailer. It's just, again, I came away from it going, meh. Literally just, it's like, I could have not seen that trailer and I'd still have the exact same level of excitedness for seeing Force Awakens. Now, I have friends that have lost their mind over this. Ash from the Captain Vitus show lost his mind over this. Ryan from Ryan Jacob has totally lost his mind over this. And I'm not slamming them for one bit for liking this and going out of their mind for this. It looks like a good movie. It looks like, I'm hoping it's going to be one of the best movies of the year. I'm ready. I want to see it already. You don't need to sell me on it anymore. I don't care. I don't want to know anymore. Just let me see the movie. But that's my main thoughts. I'm going to get to Star Wars later. I have an actual question directly talking about Star Wars and the poster that came out just before that trailer. But yeah, that's it for the news this week. Nice and short. It's just all about trailers. Next, moving to feeding my addiction now. I didn't buy any movies this week. I wanted to. I almost bought a couple, but I didn't. So, I did get Loot Crate today. And now, it's funny because Loot Crate usually comes near the end of the month. It's never come by the 20th before, and all of a sudden it showed up today. And I was like, wow, are they making up because last month it was a bit late? But I don't know, maybe they are. Or it could also be a joke because the whole box is about time travel. And so maybe they shipped it next week, but it got here early. I don't know. Possibly. That'd be cool. So I'm going to show you what I got. They got, it comes with a Doc Emmett Brown Funko Pop figure that is exclusive to Loot Crate. It is very cool. He's got a little, I didn't take it out of the box to show you, but he's got a little battery by his back foot. And it's when he's getting ready for the whole joining the wires things together when, sending the DeLorean back in time. Like, it's Back to the Future, if I didn't say that. It's cool. It looks pretty awesome. Okay, next, we got this awesome Bill and Ted Be Excellent to Each Other shirt. And that's just pretty freaking sweet. I gotta tell you, big fan of Bill and Ted. Next came a Back to the Future 2 hoverboard, and it's a replica of the hoverboard that Marty McFly uses in Back to the Future 2, and it comes with a little nice stand with a mirror underneath it, and so it looks cool. I like it. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it, but it's cool, and I'm gonna find a home for it somewhere. As always, it comes with a button, and it's got the flux capacitor on it, I believe, so that's cool. And the last thing, there was only 4 things really, other than the button. The button, I don't count the button as being 5 things, but the fourth thing was it comes with a Doctor Who spork. And I've watched some Doctor Who. I haven't watched a lot of Doctor Who, but I watched them, so I understand what this is. It's the sonic screwdriver, but it's a spork. Yeah, that's kind of cool. But my niece will probably be getting this for her birthday. We're going to give it to her because she's a big Doctor Who fan, or at least she was. I don't know if she still is. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool, nonetheless. And that was all I got from Loot Crate. Now, again, it was kind of only 4 things this month. I was a little like, wow. But I think those 4 things were pretty awesome, especially the pop figure. So I think it all equals out in the wash, if whatever. The other thing I got, which I got a couple weeks ago and I forgot to actually tell you guys about, was me and my family went and bought some new movie posters. We got 5 in total. And I got The Thing, because why wouldn't you get The Thing? It's an awesome poster. My oldest daughter, Mara Jade, got Goonies. And yeah, it's an awesome poster. My youngest daughter, Zion, got The Sandlot, because I introduced them to The Sandlot a while ago, and they love that film. And this is a really good poster. I like that poster a lot. My wife got Tombstone, which is our favorite Western, and possibly, I think, the best Western ever made. You argue amongst yourselves. And we were allowed to pick one as a family, because it was like 5 for $50, and so like we had each got one, and then it was a family choice. And my daughters both grabbed this one together and said, this is it, and it's Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Because it's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like, and self-explanatory. So yeah, that's what I've been doing to feed my addiction lately. Let me know what you've been doing to feed your addiction. And I know, like my buddy Tim, who's officially has a Blu-ray addiction, I just found out what he's been buying lately. So if you, from Tim from Late Reviews, if you want to check his channel out, he'll show you all about his latest Blu-ray addiction and all the movies he's buying now that he's totally addicted to buying Blu-rays. Next, we got 60 Seconds of Awesome. It's Beard of Guys, 60 Seconds of Awesome. This is where I talk about 60 seconds of awesome of somebody. Buckle up. Here we go. Today, in 60 Seconds of Awesome, I want to talk about the man who has created so much stir in the world that people are going insane. And I am talking about J.J. Abrams. Now, this guy has come out of nowhere, really, if you look at his career. I looked up his filmography, and he's done a lot of producing, but directing, the man hasn't directed that many films. He directed a bunch of TV shows like Lost and Alias, but not many episodes. He did more production stuff. And then he did Mission Impossible 3, which was a decent Mission Impossible movie. And then he did Star Trek. And it's like, wow, okay. So he did the reboot of Star Trek after doing one real movie. After that, he did Super 8, which is a very solid young adult movie. I like that a lot. And then he did the second Star Trek, Into Darkness. And then he's doing Star Wars, The Force Awakens. So he's done 5 movies, and 3 of them have star in the title. And that's just, it's pretty big to think about the fact that he's not really done a lot of movies, yet we trust J.J. Abrams. Like, I believe in J.J. Abrams. The movies he's made 4 movies. I trust him enough with those 4 movies that he's done, in particular the Star Trek films, that Star Wars is okay. Like, I'm willing to give it to him. And he's done an excellent job, especially with the trailers. The man is awesome, and that's why he's in this week of 6 Seconds Awesome. As being Bourbon, we got 6 Seconds Awesome. Yep, J.J. Abrams. I think he qualifies. He's awesome. Alright, next we're going to talk about YouTuber of the Week. And if I haven't told you about this YouTuber yet, it's only because I've been holding it back for closer to Halloween. But he made a video today which just made me laugh so hard I really had to talk about him anyways. But I'm talking about Dave from Durant Cinema. Dave from Durant Cinema is my favorite YouTuber. And I mean that without any reservation. Like, he's not he's my favorite YouTuber of this group. No, he's my favorite YouTuber. I just love Dave. He does things, he puts so much effort into his videos, they're so funny. And he just did a review, he did a Blu-ray trip is what I want to talk about, to get the new Jurassic Park that just came out today. Yeah, came out today, and which yesterday, for when you're listening to this. It doesn't matter, you could be listening to this 10 years in the future. So, Jurassic World just came out on Blu-ray, and he went to do a trip. And it's just such a well done Blu-ray trip. It's funny. He does this whole Welcome to Target thing, and then there's a dinosaur and Target chasing him. It's just, everything he does is awesome. He really puts a lot of effort and energy and just humor into his videos. He also has made a couple short films, one of which where Ghostface kills him and then eats his, spoiler warning, and then eats his Sour Patch Kids while watching Scream. It's just great. And then there's another one where Mike Myers shows up at his house and he does a whole Paranormal Activity thing with cameras. The effort he puts in, the humor he puts in. Dave from Durant Cinema. So David Durant. He's also got a DD name, which is just awesome because the double alliteration makes him more sound like a superhero. Oh man, the guy is awesome. If you haven't checked him out, I highly recommend checking out his channel. I've linked it here. And he's my YouTuber of the week. Check out Dave at Durant Cinema. Alright, on to Letterboxd. Letterboxd, where I talk about all the new movies I've been watching. I've been watching a ton. And a bunch of Halloween type movies. Scary movies. And so you can find all these movies that I've done listed on Letterboxd and the website, and you'll see later reviews for them. And I'm going to go really quickly through them because I've watched a lot lately. I watched Taken 3 to start off. Yeah. Shouldn't have, but I did. This, the story is not super bad. They have no clue how to do action, and any kind of action. Car chase action, fight action, anything to do with action, that director has no clue what to do. And that made it a two-beard movie. Next, I watched Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, which I've heard so much about, and I'll just say, this movie, I think I'm going to do a Bearded Movie Minute on it. I'm just going to tell you, I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. And I was shocked at how much I liked it. Next up, my buddy Tim from the Late Reviews told me to watch this movie, so I watched this movie, Freddy vs. Jason. And you know what? When this came out, I had no interest in ever seeing it, but I've expanded my horizons since then, and Freddy vs. Jason is just a good, stupid time. It's awesome. It's so much fun. It's so stupid. It's so amazing. You see Freddy elbow drop Jason. You see Jason rip Freddy's arm off and stick it in his own butt. No, he doesn't stick it in his own butt. That'd be funnier, though. But he sticks it through his chest. It's just, the movie is just, it's exactly what it says it is. It's, it's great. I give it 2.5 beards out of 5. It's such a fun time. Next, we watched The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. I showed this to my girls. It was movie night at the BMG household. I got to pick the movie, and I'm like, it's Halloweenish time. I'm going to pick The Mummy. And it kind of scared the bejesus out of my daughters because they're not big horror girls, but they kind of got through it. And they liked it. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. Second one's better. Third one, don't even, there is no third one. Okay. So, but yeah. 3 beards out of 5. Next, I watched my friend Elias from Garrett Movie House's favorite horror movie of all time, The Descent. The descent's about 6 women who go in spelunking, and it doesn't go well. And that's all I'm going to say about the movie. It's filmed incredibly. Some of the shots I don't know how they got. The acting's good. The story's amazing. Yeah, it's really good. I give it 4 beards out of 5. And I should have watched it years ago. There you go, Elias. You learned me something. Next I watched Devil's Backbone, which is Guillermo del Toro's earlier work, and it's a horror movie, but not really. It's a ghost movie, I'll say that, but there's not much horror. It's more like kind of the sweetest, saddest ghost story ever. One of them. Like, I'd watch it 20 more times before I'd watch another Paranormal Activity movie. It's well made. It's a good movie, and I give it 3.5 beards out of 5. Next we got Final Destination, the very first one. I've only seen the third one, and very heavily edited for TV. And after CP from Will I Like It Reviews suggested watching these, I grabbed the first one in my library. And you know what? It's a fun time. It's stupid. You can see there's tons of tropes in there, but it's still interesting. I always thought if death wants to kill you, death's just going to kill you. He'll give you a brain aneurysm and you're dead. But it's a fun process, and as long as you don't think about it too much, it's totally fun to watch, and I give it 3 beards out of 5. Next, I watched an old horror movie called Dead of Night, and it's all about a man who goes to a cottage who's been invited for the weekend, and when he walks in, he goes, "Oh, this is my dream, and I've had this dream multiple times, and I know all you people," and he knows all those people, and they've all told him stories, and it unravels as they tell him these short stories about things that's happened to them, and he remembers more and more about his dream, and it's really well made. It's kind of creepy in parts, and it's it's a good time that not a lot of people have seen anymore because it's really old. So if you ever get a chance, give it a chance. If you ever get a chance, give it a chance. What the heck is that? Anyways, I give it 3.5 beards out of 5. Next, I watched Chronos, which is the first film from Guillermo del Toro. I love Guillermo del Toro. And Chronos is all about this little device that turns you into a kind of vampire. And the look of it is great. It's his first film. You can see he's not perfect, but it's really a good, insightful film into kind of his brain pan and where he's thinking. And it's all in Spanish, yet Ron Perlman's in it, who doesn't speak Spanish, and you can tell it's so much fun because he'll half his lines are in English, and occasionally he says stuff in Spanish, but he had to learn it phonetically. It's a good time. It's really well made, and just the imagery in it is really beautiful. I give it 4 beards out of 5. Next up, I watched The Hunted with Benicio del Toro, and a lot of del Toros this week. Anyways, Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones. Anyways, this is a movie about being hunted. There's this guy who's a special forces wet works guy who goes in and kills people, and he goes kind of snaps, and yeah. I'm not going to say anything more about it. I actually did a review of this a while ago, like so long ago that my background's different. But I'm gonna post that review right here, a link to it. You can watch it. It's a good movie. I liked it a lot, and I'll leave it at that with the review. And lastly, literally just before filming this, I watched Big Game with Samuel L. Jackson. This is a big, stupid, silly film, but it was enjoyable at the same time. It was like very predictable, and yeah, it's pretty predictable, but I enjoyed it nonetheless in a lot of stupid ways. I think my daughters would like this movie, and yeah, it's just it's fun. It's stupid. It's unrealistic in every way, and yeah, but I enjoyed it in some way, and I give it 2.5 beards. Next up was Q&A, and I only got 2 questions this week, which is cool because I didn't really ask a lot until like today. First question I got from my friend Marion, and she's talking about the fact that today, when I'm filming this, is the anniversary of the day in Back to the Future 2 where they go to the future, if that makes any sense. This is the day that they went to. And she just wanted to know what I thought of Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future. I love the franchise. It's like, first one is just pure gold. Second and third ones are good. I know people love them in different ways. I like the second and third one. I love the first one. Like, if I had to get rid of a couple, I'd easily get rid of the other 2 and keep the first one. Of course, who would keep the second one and the third? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's a verily, yeah, I'm going to leave that in there. Because, I don't know. Verily, it's a good time, I saith. I enjoy it. I like it. My kids have watched it. They liked it. Michael J. Fox, the height of him being super awesome. Everyone wanted to be Michael J. Like, I was 6 feet tall by the time I was in grade 6. And I wanted to be Michael J. Fox. I wanted to be him, even though he was way shorter than me. Everyone did. So, yeah. Back to the Future is awesome. The last thing, Dan Bardo, my buddy, wanted me to talk about the Star Wars poster, and this is before the trailer came out. But we can talk about with the trailer. The Star Wars poster, as you see here, doesn't have Luke on it. And then the new trailer barely has Luke in it. All you see is his hand touching R2, I think, at one point. And that's all you saw in the other trailer. And so he wants to know, what do I think that means? Does that mean that Luke's only in the movie for a short time? Does he not come to the end? Or is he possibly going to get killed by the bad guy? I don't know. I think he's not the main focus, and they didn't want to make him the main focus. And I think if they would have put his face big on the poster, people would be like, well, when he's in the movie for 2 minutes and they're like, why the heck is Luke not? Like, I don't think he's going to die, but maybe he will. But he could. But I'm hoping he doesn't. I'm thinking he's not in it till near the end. And so I'm hoping he'll be more in the second, I guess the eighth, not the second, the eighth one. I'm hoping he's going to be in the eighth one more. And then you'll see him on the poster all big and cool and Jedi-ish. But yeah, I think that's probably what it means. But I could be wrong. Well, that's it for BMG Radio this week. I want to thank everyone for listening. I really appreciate all the input everyone's given me and the questions, and just, yeah, it's a ton of fun doing this. It's a lot of work, but I'm really enjoying it. And until next time, yeah, stay bearded. And as always, YouTube 7.